So, the story kicks off in this utterly bizarre yet kind of magnificent city called Free City. It's a place where you can spot the heroes instantly. They always wear these special sunglasses, and every single day, these heroes are out on dangerous missions. There's gunfire, cars blowing up, huge explosions everywhere. But here's the funny part, the real kicker. The ordinary citizens, the regular folks in this city, they are so used to all of it that it's just, well, everyday life. Seriously, bombs could be going off, cars could be crashing, and they're just calmly sipping their tea, going about their business. It's totally normal to them. Right in the middle of this chaos, a hero skydives right onto the driver's seat of a fancy car. Inside, a beautiful girl is already sitting there. It's not his car, and she's not his wife, but hey, he's a hero, so he can do whatever he wants, right? The police immediately take chase, and the city is filled with this massive, explosive car chase. Now, let's meet our real main character, Guy. Guy is just a regular bank teller in this city. His life is the very definition of routine. Wake up, put on the same old clothes, order the same coffee, and go to the bank. He actually thinks this is his perfect life. But there's one thing missing in Guy's perfect routine. He really wants a girlfriend. Whenever he sees couples together, he feels a little pang of jealousy. One day, some masked robbers wearing the signature sunglasses burst into the bank. Everyone else ducks for cover. But Guy and Buddy, they just calmly hide in a corner, talking as if this robbery is the most normal thing in the world. Meanwhile, in a dark alley, a mysterious man is waiting for someone called Molotov Girl. When she arrives, the man tells her he has proof of a secret level. But when Molotov Girl asks for the clip of the evidence, he says he doesn't have it. Furious, she pulls out her gun. Scared, the man quickly shows her a map leading to the building where the clip is hidden. She pays him and tells him, "Don't ask too many questions." But he just can't help himself and asks, "Why do you need this clip?" Without a second thought, Molotov Girl shoots him and walks away. As she's walking down the street, she seems to anticipate what the people around her are about to say. It's like everything in this city follows a set pattern. Now, Guy and Buddy are wandering on the street, and Guy spots that same girl, Molotov Girl. When he sees her, something weird happens in his heart. It's like love at first sight. She's humming a tune as she walks, and Guy blurts out that he loves her song. Molotov Girl is totally stunned. No ordinary person in this city has ever talked to her like that. She walks away, but Guy is completely smitten and tells Buddy, "That's her, the girl of my dreams." Buddy laughs it off, saying, "Forget it. She wears sunglasses, and sunglass people don't talk to regular people." But Guy isn't giving up. He chases after her. However, just as he crosses the railway tracks, a train suddenly appears and hits him. And here's the real twist of the story. The camera suddenly switches and we see the real world. It turns out Free City is actually a video game. The characters wearing the sunglasses are the real players, and everyone else, like Guy, are just NPCs, non-player characters controlled by the computer. In the real world, sitting in a cafe, a girl named Millie logs out of the game. She isn't happy though, as she watches an ad for Free City 2 and feels zero excitement. When the waitress asks about the game, Millie explains that she's actually suing the game's publisher, Tsunami, and is only playing to gather evidence. Back inside the game, Guy's next day starts, but something feels different. When he orders his coffee, he asks for something new for the first time, and the entire cafe is shocked. The waitress has no idea what to do. Even a police officer pulls a gun on him to threaten him. Scared, Guy says he was just kidding and takes his usual coffee. Then, at the bank, he finds his job suddenly boring. A new robber enters the bank. Everyone lies down, but Guy's eyes land on Molotov Girl standing outside. Seeing her gives him a surge of courage, and he stands up to confront the robber. He jumps over the counter and demands the robber's sunglasses. In the real world, the player controlling the robber, a small girl, is totally confused by Guy's actions. Back in the game, the robber is furious and starts beating Guy up. Guy can't fight back at first, but when he looks at Molotov Girl again, a sudden burst of courage ignites in him. He turns the fight around and manages to snatch the robber's sunglasses. Accidentally, he fires the robber's gun, and the robber is killed. Terrified, Guy immediately throws the gun away and puts on the sunglasses. As soon as he puts them on, a magical digital interface opens up before his eyes. He can now see things the regular NPCs never could. He picks up a medkit on the ground, and all his injuries instantly heal. Similarly, when a hero dies, dollar signs float above them. Over at the Tsunami Company office, two developers, Keys and Mouser, notice this strange activity. They figure a player must be playing the game using an NPC skin. Keys tries to log Guy out, but he can't even trace him. Finally, the two programmers enter the game themselves. Keys is a police officer and Mouser wearing a bunny costume. They find Guy and tell him to change his skin, but Guy has no idea what they're talking about. Thinking Guy is rebelling, they start shooting at him. Guy panics and runs, trying to hide at a construction site, but Keys and Mouser quickly find him, and a huge gunfight breaks out. Parts of the building blow up, and Guy scrambles to save himself. He notices an activate button on his new sneakers, which offers 3 jumps. He hits the button, and his entire body suddenly leaps into the air, reaching an upper floor of the building. The danger isn't over. The programmers follow him. Guy jumps again, but this time he smashes right into the ceiling. He hides behind a pillar, and the moment he gets a chance, he makes his last jump. This time, he reaches a much higher floor of the building and grabs onto some wires to keep from falling. Mouser is fed up, so he changes the building's code to reach the upper floors directly. The chase is still on. In the hail of bullets, Guy sees glowing marks on a metal beam and follows them. His plan is to grab a heavy wrecking ball, but as he leaps, he misses and falls down. Just then, a new option activates on his sunglasses: Bubble Suit. A protective suit suddenly covers him, making his landing perfectly soft. Guy celebrates his survival, but Keys and Mouser drive a car straight into him. Then, they log out of the game. Mouser thinks it was just a glitch, but Keys is shocked. They killed Guy, yet the number of online players didn't drop. At this point, we get a flashback revealing the past of Keys and Millie. They were good friends and created a beautiful game called Life Itself, but Tsunami bought their game and never launched it. When Keys gets home, he finds Millie has broken into his apartment. Millie is angry, believing that Tsunami stole their code and used it in Free City. Keys insists the company just bought and shelved the game, but Millie doesn't believe him. She asks Keys for help to uncover the truth, but he refuses outright. Millie doesn't give up. She logs back into the game and sends her character, Molotov Girl, to the location where she got the map. She finds a mysterious building there. Suddenly, Guy shows up and grabs her from behind. Molotov Girl immediately takes him down and starts interrogating him. The noise, however, alerts others to their location. As Molotov Girl and Guy approach the mysterious area, the guard stationed there starts shooting. Molotov Girl fires back and then pulls out a special gun that can open portals. She creates a portal and jumps in. Guy follows right behind her. They emerge in a new area. Molotov Girl is angry at Guy for messing up her entire mission. She then enters a password to open a container, revealing her secret hideout filled with weapons and fantastic vehicles. Molotov Girl explains that she is on a mission to steal something important. Guy wants to help, but she points out that he is only at level 1, while she is level 195. If he truly wants to help, he needs to reach at least level 100. Guy says he doesn't like hurting people. Molotov Girl explains that he can level up by stealing from violent players, and so begins Guy's new journey. He returns to the city and starts confronting armed heroes to protect his fellow NPC friends. He dies and respawns in his bed the next morning over and over. Instead of giving up, he keeps trying and slowly gets better. He starts beating real players and winning their money. His unique way of playing goes viral in the real world. Kids even start dressing like him and see him as a real hero. Finally, when Guy reaches level 102, he happily goes to the bank to meet Buddy. Just then, a robber bursts into the bank again. Everyone drops to the floor, but this time, Guy calmly stays standing, chatting with Buddy. The robber tries to intimidate him, but Guy snatches his gun and then takes his sunglasses, offering them to Buddy. But Buddy is so scared that he refuses to even hold the glasses. In the real world, Millie is constantly messaging Keys, asking for help. Keys secretly takes his laptop into the office bathroom and logs into the system. From there, he opens a door to that mysterious building so Molotov Girl can enter. Keys tells Molotov Girl the location of the clip she was searching for. But as soon as she gets her hands on the clip, the building goes into red alert, and tons of guards flood the area. Molotov Girl tries to hide, and the clip falls from her hand. Keys wants to help, but he doesn't have access to the building. Suddenly, Guy crashes through a window on a bike, knocking down all the guards. Guy and Molotov Girl try to escape, but more enemies surround them. Molotov Girl is talking to an unseen ally, which confuses Keyes as he wonders who she's talking to. Guy is even more in love with Molotov Girl after seeing her amazing fighting skills. Enemies start attacking him, and Guy uses his new equipment to fight back. The problem is that the enemies keep respawning. Finally, they jump on a bike to escape. Guy drives, and Molotov Girl constantly shoots at the enemies behind them. Together, they outsmart the enemies and crash out through a window. Molotov Girl activates her glider, and they fly away to safety. Meanwhile, Antoine, the Tsunami CEO, arrives at the office and immediately starts abusing his employees. He fires several people without reason. Antoine tells Mauser not to remove Guy from the game because he's creating good publicity. Instead, he orders the art team to create a new skin for Free City 2 that looks like Guy. When the team mentions they are behind on importing the Free City 1 skins, Antoine reveals that the new game will not be backward compatible with the old one, a lie he'd told for marketing. Keyes believes they should make a new, original game, but Antoine flatly says he only cares about profiting from the IP. After Antoine leaves, Keyes starts examining Guy's code and notices some unusual things. Inside the game, Guy shows Molotov Girl his new collection, including cars, bikes, and cool items. He happily tells her his level has grown a lot. They go out for ice cream and laugh over the bubblegum flavor. Then, Guy says something shocking. He asks Molotov Girl for a kiss. Molotov Girl is surprised at first, but she agrees, and they share a lovely moment. As she leaves, she tells him her real name, Millie. In the real world, Millie logs out because there's loud knocking on her door. It's Keyes. He tells Millie that she was right all along. Their original code is still hidden inside the Free City game. He explains that their original game was designed so that characters could grow and change on their own. That's why the artificial intelligence has given NPCs like Guy the power to think and live independently. Millie is amazed and laughs, telling Keyes that she even kissed Guy. They both realize they accidentally created a sentient AIA, a character that can live and feel on its own. Keyes suddenly realizes Antoine is deliberately making Free City 2 not backward compatible, so the old game's code will be wiped out forever. The new game is launching in just 48 hours. They need to find the evidence fast. Millie logs back into the game and calls Guy to the central hub where all the players gather. There, she tells Guy the truth, that this is just a game and he is only an NPC. Guy is heartbroken. He says he loves her sincerely, but Millie says all his feelings are just part of his programming. Heartbroken and angry, Guy walks away. Millie tries to stop him and asks for help, but now everything feels fake to Guy. He takes off his glasses and walks away, completely devastated. Explosions are going off. People are fighting, someone punches him, but nothing matters to him anymore. He slowly reaches the beach and sadly throws a rock into the ocean. As Guy begins to understand the reality of his world, he angrily yells at all the other NPCs that it's all fake and nothing matters. Suddenly, a car hits him. Guy goes to his best friend Buddy and asks, "If you found out you weren't real, what would you do?" Buddy calmly says it wouldn't matter to him because, even if he's fake, this moment and their friendship feel real. This gives Guy the courage he needs, and he invites Buddy on a new mission. They go to a secret facility and meet a player named Revenge Jammin. Revenge Jammin is a huge Guy fan and happily gives them a special clip showing a glimpse of the secret level on his livestream. However, Revenge Jammin starts acting weirdly, so Guy and Buddy leave. Later, Guy goes to Molotov Girl's hideout and talks to her offline avatar until Millie logs in. As soon as Millie Molotov Girl logs in, Guy gives her the clip. In the real world, players around the world are starting to change. They now feel it's wrong to kill NPCs just for fun, so they start doing good deeds in the game. As a direct result, pre-orders for Free City 2 drop significantly. Antoine is furious. He orders his team to ban the player controlling Guy. But Keyes explains that Guy is not a player, he's a self-aware NPC. Antoine then orders the game servers to be rebooted. Inside the game, Guy and Molotov Girl watch the clip and realize that Revenge Jammin had found the place where the designs of their original game were hidden. Guy immediately recognizes the location, but before he can share more information, the entire game suddenly goes offline. A weird thing happens in the game. All the players' avatars freeze. Everyone is panicking, but surprisingly, only Guy can move. A short while later, the entire game resets. When Guy wakes up the next morning, he's back to his old routine, just like before. Molotov girl Millie comes to him and tries to remind him of everything they did together. But Guy remembers nothing. He just walks away silently. Distraught, Millie immediately calls Keys. Keys tells her that a simple reboot can't delete an AI. It means Guy's code is hidden somewhere. After some research, Keys realizes the truth. Guy is a character from the original game he and Millie created. The plot of that game was that Guy would always search for his dream girl but never meet her. And since that dream girl was based on Millie, the moment Guy first saw Molotov Girl, his AI started to evolve. Guy is scared by the interface at first, but Molotov Girl explains that his entire world will be deleted in just 24 hours. Guy doesn't believe it. Just then, the police arrive looking for them, and Molotov Girl blows up the police car. Then, she kisses Guy, and in that moment, all his memories rush back. Guy takes her to his apartment and points to the shadows cast by the window blinds. The original game's designs are clearly visible in the shadows. Millie realizes that Antoine didn't completely delete their game. He just hid it behind the horizon, and he forgot to remove the reflections. She immediately calls Keys with the news, and they start making a plan with Guy's help. A short while later, Guy gathers all the NPCs by the river and gives them a passionate speech that life can be so much more than just repeating the same routine every day. At first, they are skeptical, but when the barista from the coffee shop says she wants to make different kinds of coffee, everyone's spirits lift and they join him. The next time real players log into the game, the entire city is empty. This news quickly goes viral on social media and the news. People start making up different theories, debating if Guy is a player or something else. The story shifts back to the office, where a panicked Antoine is sitting. An employee shows him footage of Revenge Jammin's meeting with Guy, where he mentioned Millie's name in passing. Another clip clearly shows Guy in a car with Molotov Girl. Antoine immediately guesses that Molotov Girl is Millie and orders Mouser to ban her account, but Mouser refuses because her account is protected. In a rage, Antoine orders Mouser to disable respawning and kill everyone. Mouser explains that this will affect the real players, but Antoine doesn't care. In the game, buildings start to crumble and fall onto Guy and Molotov Girl's car. Antoine still won't give up and tells the art team to release the improved Guy skin they'd made for the new game. He then presses a button on his computer. Inside the game, a building collapses, creating a new bridge over the water. Antoine tells Mouser to log all players out of the game. As a result, Molotov Girl vanishes midway. Keys is fired from the company. But as he walks out, he turns on the streaming option, so the entire world can now watch all of this live. In the game, just as Guy is about to cross the bridge, the improved skin, named Dude, attacks him. Dude's powerful punch knocks Guy to the ground, and his glasses are snatched away. His friend Buddy comes to help him and wrestles with Dude, but he's also punched hard and thrown down. Dude then picks up Buddy and throws him away, then starts beating Guy up. Dude transforms his arm into a Red Hulk punch to deliver the final blow. But Guy manages to put his glasses back on and instantly pulls out Captain America's shield. He blocks the attack with the shield and then uses a Hulk punch himself, sending Dude flying away. Dude attacks again, but Guy quickly pulls out a lightsaber to defend himself. He then fires a portal gun, and Dude falls onto the roof. When Dude returns and falls on Guy, pinning him down, Guy gives him his glasses. As soon as Dude wears them, he sees glowing items all around him, gets confused, and runs after them. Guy and Buddy head towards the bridge, but in the real world, an enraged Antoine starts destroying the servers. Keys sees this and immediately calls Millie. Antoine strikes the computer with an axe, and the entire game world starts to break apart. All the NPCs panic and run. Mouser tries to reason with him, but Antoine won't listen. The bridge starts to break, and Buddy says goodbye to Guy before vanishing. Guy runs with all his might, and just as the destruction reaches him, he leaps and crosses the boundary. As he reaches the other side, the code of the original game appears, forming an island. Millie now stops Antoine and says, "You can have Free City, but I want my code back." The greedy Antoine immediately agrees. Sometime later, news reports reveal that Free City 2 was a huge flop because, without Millie's code, the game was filled only with bugs and lag. Millie, Keys, and Mouser launch their new game, and it becomes a massive hit. Now, Guy and the rest of the NPCs live in a peaceful and creative world. Millie visits Guy in her Molotov Girl form. Guy tells her he knows they can't be together. But he also reveals that his love was actually programmed into the code by Keyes, meaning Keyes had always been in love with Millie. Tears fill Millie's eyes. She watches a hidden video in the code where Keyes confesses his feelings. She immediately runs outside and meets Keyes on the street, where she kisses him. They begin their new lives, where they can do whatever they want, and with that scene, the movie ends.